at IronTrap Garage, and today we're doing a little update video on the free tee. You see a lot of comments with people asking what's going on with the comments. Some of you guys are actually kind of a-holes saying that it's a trailer queen and why isn't it running? It's fake, etc., etc. But basically the short of it is, between me getting hurt and then missing that show, I kind of slowed down a little bit and made sure I got a lot of stuff done that we were maybe rushing a little bit, and we just had to go through and get the engine running. The biggest problem that I was having was we were using this kind of rare magneto that we have that is a pounden-gerde magneto. That's a right angle drive that uses a Wyco X magneto on it. This is like a custom race part for back in the day, and I got it redone by Pat Mason, who does a fantastic job with redoing magnetos, but basically there was some miscommunication with me not understanding how to set one of these up. I've never set one of these mags that's like this one. So basically this magneto is locked from the factory, or from when it was made. It's locked with the timing, so there is no timing advance on it. It's all in with the timing. And we were setting this up, there was basically no timing marks on the engine, and when Don had helped us with doing the machine work on the engine, he did not know that. He put the magneto on as if it was at 0, and of course the engine wasn't firing for me. I couldn't get it to fire right. So basically I just sat down and figured out myself how to get the thing running without asking for help. I did have a buddy of mine, John, that's local. He came over, and kind of the two of us working together, kind of scratching our heads, we were able to get the thing to fire on a stock distributor, and I kind of worked backwards from there to get it to work. The big thing that I did find, it might be helpful for you guys, is I watched some videos on how to time like antique planes that had magnetos or vintage planes, and the process was really similar. And the one thing I saw everybody using was a magneto timer or synchronizer or a buzz box. And basically what that does, it allows you to hook up the box to the magneto, and it senses when the contacts are opening, and it will buzz, telling you right at the exact point when it's going to be opening. So if the rotor is pointed at number 1 and the buzzer's going off, you know that is the exact point. Now what that allows you to do when the magneto is locked at a certain degree of timing, you can turn the engine so it's at that degree that you need it to. In this case it was like 25 degrees before top dead center. Basically when we turned it to that, we could turn the magneto till it buzzes. When it's at that point, we know we're set, and that's where it needs to be. Once I got all that figured out, the engine basically was starting to fire up at that point, and I just filled it with it from there. So the engine still needs a lot of stuff that we need to go through and get figured out. I got to synchronize the carburetors for sure. I got them just roughly set in. We have a couple little fuel leaks. We're fighting with using vintage parts on this car. So the car has an old set of chrome 97s on it with these SCOT Tops. And what I was running into is, by using these old carburetors, as a lot of people know, there's things that aren't right. We had a fitting that we stripped out in this front carburetor that was seeping, so I had to put an insert in it and then retap the carburetor oversized and put an insert in it. That solved their problems, but again, every time I went to start it, there was another thing. And now we've pretty much got to the point where the thing will fire up pretty easy. It'll rev up. I've let it warm up and everything and run it in, and I'm pretty happy with it. But we got to get it just a couple more things for drivability all taken care of before it is ready for the road. But we wanted to get the thing started, let you guys hear the thing run. And you guys that follow me on Instagram at IronTrap, I've done a couple of teaser videos of it running. I did a live the one day of just letting it idle and revving it up a little bit. So I figured we will do the same for you guys that don't do the Instagram thing. So I just have it hooked up to a battery right now because we were bypassing all of the things that could possibly cause issues. And now that we got it fired up and running, we'll wire in the ignition switch. But just got a battery just to hot wire it, get it to run.
So what did we talk about at the beginning of this?
Every time you mess with this old junk, something acts up. We've been running the car a bunch, and now we're having a little bit of issue with it, like the bowls overflowing, which weren't happening before, so.
We fixed the back one, and Matt signaled that it wasn't overflowing, and then the middle one started overflowing.
And I've run this thing for, I don't know, half an hour or so, and been running it on and off the past couple days just because I was excited and trying to get things tuned in. And then we go to run it today for the video, and it starts acting up. So I'm sure you guys have had cars like this that were divas, and they give you trouble. So you gotta tinker with them. Yeah, that float looks way too high.
Oh, yeah, my gosh, yeah, that's way higher than the other one was.
Yeah, I don't know why. Why the foot's sticking all of a sudden. Or it was...
I think that big grin says it all.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Stuff to work out still, but this is literally how every time we go to work on this thing since we've had the engine in. Well, since my arms, I almost died. Every time we go to work on this stupid thing, it's like something pops up, another thing pops up, and of course everything's shiny, so it takes like forever because you have to like put rags down, clean everything, and it's been a process, but so really excited.
Post Hershey.
Yeah, so after Hershey and this winter, I'm just gonna try and nail down all the little things. We got a couple odds and ends I need to take care of. I have, like I said, a couple little weeks here and there I need to get buttoned up. I need to actually finish the clutch linkage. We never got that all fully hooked up when we were rushing to get the car together. That's about it. That's really like the
wiring.
Yeah, we gotta hook all the wiring back up.
Speedo gauge.
Yeah, this winter we gotta go and send the the 1 gauge away to get restored because the capillary tube was broken off when I got it, so I gotta send that away. So just stupid stuff like that. So hopefully over the winter I can just keep working all these bugs out. Biggest thing with me is I don't want to get frustrated and hurry on the car and end up like messing something up because we're trying to rush or you're frustrated. So when I work on the car, get a little bit of progress, and then I'll usually step away, come back, work on it. And for me, that's what works best. This isn't a fake reality TV show where the car gets built overnight. This is how stuff happens and life happens. So it's coming along. At least we can let you guys hear it. It sounds awesome. I'm super psyched. I just like to start it, and I feel like the hot rod gods are like smiling every time we fire this thing up and blip that throttle. It's just so freaking kick-ass. I love it. So I just like to just randomly start it now. Like anytime anybody that's helped me with the car comes over, I'm like, wait, let's hear this. Wham! So yeah, that's it. I appreciate you guys that follow along the build the whole time. We're still tinkering with it. Probably realistically late fall, but if not, more than likely spring, we'll do a full video on like it done, driving, everything. But I want the car to be like really done, not just like us fake it for a video. So I want to just make sure everything's good. So that's where we're at on the car. Hopefully you guys like the sound of it. It sounds freaking awesome. We'll drop the specs down below, basically all the stuff that is done to this engine, because I get a lot of DMs about people asking me like what cam we're running, what are these carbs, what all different stuff. So we're gonna drop like a spec sheet down below in the description. So drop down there, you can see exactly what we have all done to it. Obviously it sounds a little different than a normal flathead because it's got a lot of goodies done to it. So that's all I have for this one. Appreciate you guys following along as always. We do videos on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Definitely, this will be during Hershey, right?
Tuesday of Hershey.
Yeah, so if you're not at Hershey, you suck. Get to Hershey. C4T 25 to 27, light pole 33. That's where we're going to be hanging out if we're not out shopping. If you're coming to Hershey, make sure you stop by, at least give us a high five. We just want to talk to people and have fun. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.